But what struck me is that lady from his constituency saying he's sensible and he's clever. And isn't that what we're looking for at the moment?
Absolutely. I think we're looking for stability and competence. But as Rishi Sunak himself said, this is an existential moment for the Conservative Party. If you look at the polls at the moment, when you're talking earlier about eating bugs, I think a lot of people think at the moment that voting Conservative is essentially the equivalent. The party has been mired in turmoil and crisis. It really needs someone stable and competent to bring it together and to just, steady the ship for the next 2 years until the next general election.
And, the opposition, we've heard strong pleas this morning on this programme to say we need a general election. He's not going to do that, is he? And the party don't want that. Do you think they can pull it together to be in a more credible place when that time does come?
I think it's been very clear over the past couple of years that the party under Boris Johnson and under Liz Truss was incapable of governing. It couldn't come together. They couldn't get anything through. They couldn't get anything done because of all of these self-imposed crises. I think under Rishi Sunak, they have a much better shot of actually coming together and getting on with the job, at least for a bit. It's going to be a real challenge for Rishi Sunak to turn those polls around. But I think if anyone can do it, let's hope it's him.
See, what I'm intrigued by, and it's just struck me as we've been talking in the last couple of minutes, is that we're talking about the party. The focus has to be the country, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I realised I said let's hope. I meant let's hope for the country, not for the party. And yes, you're absolutely right. The party needs to stop fighting with itself. It needs to stop talking about itself. And it needs to stop doing stupid things.
Because we are, whatever people think about who is leader, we are in the pretty unprecedented times at the moment, and sort of whoever was in power, whichever leader or whichever party, we're right up against it at the moment. We've got to start pulling a few things out the hat, haven't we? Even if it's going to be hard.
Yeah, we are certainly facing an immediate cost of living crisis and an enormous black hole in the country's finances. We think it's about 40 billion. We don't know how to pay for it. It's either going to have to be tax rises or spending cuts, and those are going to have to be deeper than they would have been had it not been for Liz Truss's disastrous mini-budget. So whoever's going to be Chancellor is going to have a really difficult job, and we'll see who that is. We're expecting a reshuffle or a reshuffle today.
Don't.
We think there'll be more details across the morning, actually, of who might be in that cabinet. One of the real criticisms of Liz Truss was that she surrounded herself with her allies. Do you think Rishi Sunak is going to do that or learn from her mistake?
I think he's absolutely going to learn from mistakes. You saw him talk about unity. I think he's going to reach out to all wings of the party. I think he's unlikely to move people like Jeremy Hunt, who has, clearly been a stabilising force. We'll see if he brings back people like Michael Gove. Will he even offer Boris Johnson and Liz Truss jobs? Who knows? But I think it might be a more modest reshuffle than we expect, because I think he might keep quite a few of Liz Truss's people in place.